Back at Poke Nation, Jim Gazzolo. Wait a minute. Again? Come on. Matt Bonnet, why don't you just take over?
I'm waiting on my check.
I'm telling you. Well, with this group, you might have to wait a while. But Matt Bonnet is joining us again. He Schroyer is at a Hall of Fame thing for a friend, supposedly.
Yeah, in Utah, one of his mentor is being inducted into the Hall of Fame over there. So.
He's Schroyer's mentor.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting conversation. All right, you came back from Alcorn.
Yeah.
Not a good trip.
No, not the outcome we were expecting or hoping for.
But one thing that you have to work on now is stat package, right?
Yeah. So why do you make me talk about this?
No, I'm saying you've got to. No, part of your job is now you've got to re-go over the stats, right?
I do. Yeah. So, quite a few stats are messed up, so I have to go. Look at the and fix that. So yeah, it's just part of the job.
An interesting question though is, will yours become the official stats?
I have already talked to the NCAA about it and everything. So what I'll do is I'll make the fix-its on my end. I will send it to Alcorn and tell them, this is what we found and everything. And I'm also going to send it to the NCAA.
So you work with Alcorn?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So
it happens, So it's one of those.
No,
things.
it's not
part of the job. Yeah.
It is kind of an interesting thing, though, because that's back to the high school days of watching film.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to watch game film now.
Yep.
Not a game film you want to watch. 17-3 loss. All right, I want to ask you this because you've been in this league a long time.
Mm-hmm.
The league is not doing well. It's not just McNeese State. The league is not doing well. As an observer of the league, is there some concern that one of the things when all the teams left is that some of the perception is people didn't come here for a couple of years. It's going to take a long time to rebuild?
It's hard to tell. You see that the league, what they've done against the Big Sky Conference, that's concerning.
Yeah.
Because at one point, Southland was one of the top three leagues in the FCS. There are some good teams in this league. There are some good players in this league. You look at the competition. Southeastern played really well against Eastern Washington this past week and then lost it there at the end. Lamar has competed well against the teams they've played. They played some of the top teams in the FCS. The same with Nichols. I think it's just an unfortunate phase right now of the conference of the schedule. We're going to Eastern Illinois this Saturday, which is a big interconference matchup against a team out of the Ohio Valley. Yeah. So, and then you got some other teams that are playing out of conference games as well this week. So, it doesn't look good on paper. Obviously, some teams have been competing well, just not getting some breaks that they needed. Plus, when you're playing on the road at some of those teams, it's pretty tough.
Well, watching the Eastern Washington game a little bit against Southeastern, the red turf.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come out in a red uniform.
Oh yeah, you couldn't see them.
No, that is. I remember Central Arkansas used to have the turf.
They have the gray and the purple.
Yeah.
But all that was done before because the NCAA put a rule in.
Yeah, you can't do that now.
But all that was done before the rule.
They should have done that.
The blue turf.
They have a blue turf.
That would have been interesting. Or blue and gold.
Blue and gold, and then wear the same uniform. You kind of get lost. It was strange to watch Eastern Washington because I know the blue turf with Boise and
Boise, yeah.
But the red is like really kind of jumps out at you.
It does.
It was like, confusing.
It messes with your rods and cones in your eyes.
Yeah, no, it's
that's a Seinfeld reference there.
The Ohio Valley deal.
Yes.
That is 2 years. Last year you beat Eastern Illinois here. Do you like the fact that you play a conference like that, or do you want to see you kind of move around a little bit?
I love playing teams out of a different conference. I do. We have something coming up. I don't think it's been announced yet. I know I haven't announced. I don't know if it's out there yet, though. But we have a series we're going to announce with a team from the Big Sky Conference. So that's going to be exciting.
A home and home?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, a home and home. So I think it's good. It's good not only for the program, it's good for the conference because you play these teams that are in the upper, top 10, 15 in the FCS. Well, the way you get up there in the mentioning with those teams is you play them and you beat them.
You got to beat a couple of them.
And so that's where McNeese had been for a while.
Yeah.
Teams would play us and beat us. Well, that would raise their ranking and everything. So it's big. I love it. We play teams out of the SWAC. We play Big Sky teams a lot. We haven't played very many Missouri Valley teams lately.
No. Well, you had a game with Youngstown State, but they
Right.
switched it up. Yeah.
Yes.
This is part of going for the money, though, because of the money game. You've lost some of those games because teams
Right.
are now going, well, we can use the big check to play the big school.
Yeah,
It's some money.
absolutely. Yeah. Next year we've got Texas A&M
Yeah.
on the schedule, and then the year after that we've got I think it's ULL and
Yeah.
Utah State. So, and then LSU again. So, yeah, you got the money games, but you don't know 5-6 years down the road are the money games going to be there.
Are they going to be there?
exactly.
That seems to be the biggest question
Yeah.
in FCS football is that, and then you're going to have to go back and play these schools.
Right, absolutely. And you get the good teams. You get North Dakota State home and home. You get North Dakota State coming in here. You
Yeah.
don't need the money game because you'll pack the house.
Oh, yeah, they will show up. When we come back, Will Wade will join us to talk basketball. Starts on Thursday night. Really?
Already here.
When we come back on Poke Nation.
Welcome back to Poke Nation. Joining us now is Cowboys basketball head coach Will Wade. And Coach Wade, a big event coming up on Thursday night with the annual tip-off celebration. Kind of take us through that and how excited are you? Because this really is the beginning of the basketball season.
Yeah, we're excited about the tip-off celebration on Thursday night. As you said, it gets the season started. We're at 50 days out from the season starting, and then we can actually start our official practices next Monday. And so this tip-off dinner is a chance for our players to interact with our fans, for everybody to get to meet our players. We got a lot of new faces, as you know, so give me an opportunity to introduce our new faces and our new players to our fans and to Southwest Louisiana. And so we're really, really excited about rolling down the right track.
Now, this is the first year the banquet's going to be held right here behind us in the Legacy Center. How important do you think that is to be able to move it from where it was to the Legacy Center? Now you have your fans coming in to see this great arena.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that it was somewhere that, one, we had a lot of parking, easy parking, but two, that I think it's good to have it in our game venue. We want to sell season tickets. We're trying to increase our season ticket packages and increase our fan base. And so I think having it here in the Legacy Center, where anytime we can show this arena off and show this facility off, it's a real plus for our program. And so being able to have this event here this coming Thursday is huge in terms of just continuing to showcase the arena to people who haven't been in it. I mean, I've met with a ton of people, I'd love to come to Legacy. They've never been. And so being able to get them into the facility is half the battle, and then hopefully we can keep them coming back for games once we get them in here initially for the tip-off celebration.
Great.
One of the things that they've done recently in the past is kind of bring back some of the old-time players, Joe Dumars being one of them, to be a part of this. What do you got planned for the dinner?
It's going to be pretty basic. I mean, we've got so many new faces that I think it's important that we introduce the new faces to the folks. I mean, 11 of our 15 players on our team are brand new.
Yeah.
And so 10 of our 13 scholarship kids are brand new. And so I think it's important that we put those guys in the spotlight, so to speak, and introduce those guys to our fans and the Poke Nation and the people who will be cheering for them. So I think that's really the objective of the night, is to make sure that those guys are kind of the centerpiece of what we're doing, along with our returners. But it should be about this team and what we've got going this year, because you can throw out what's happened in the past, like we're moving forward from this day forward, like that's where we're going. And so we certainly have a rich history, and we have a lot of really, really good players here, but we want to add to that with the group that we have now.
And then you're going on a retreat on the weekend, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so is it a silent retreat, or is it a quiet? You're going to have no cell phones, you said last week?
We'll have very limited cell phone use. Let's put it that way. We're not going to be no cell phones, but it'll be very limited cell phone use. I mean, look, one of the things we've got to do is, we've got talent, but you've got to have talent. There's a difference between having talent and being talented. The ED is the extra dimension. You got to have extra stuff to you, not just the talent. And so, we've got teams that we're going to be competing with in our league. You look at New Orleans, very veteran team. Southeast Louisiana, very veteran team. You look at some of these teams that have a ton of veterans. Well, we've got to make up some of that teamship, some of the different things that those guys have just from playing together and being around each other for a lot longer than our group has. And so how can we expedite that? That's one of the real goals of our team retreat this weekend, is try to expedite that teamship and some of that team building that we need, to be able to compete at the top of this league.
Going back to the auction and the dinner, it is an auction as well. Can you tell us some of the items that you have up that really is appealing to everybody?
We've got a lot of good auction items. The auction is going to the collective, to the ranch, collective, to support the athletes here at McNeese. But we've got, Southwest Louisiana. We got some hunting and fishing trips at some really nice places, really reserved places
Right,
that you
yeah.
just can't get in. You just can't get in on your, by yourself. We have some famous paintings. We've got some sports packages. We got some opportunities to travel with us to the game at Michigan. Follow behind the scenes. With us. We've got a package with the Pelicans, going to a suite and courtside there. We've got a package with the Rockets. We've got a golfing package around town here. We've got Coach Mulkey was nice enough to donate some a ball and some tickets to their South Carolina game. So we have a lot of different things and a lot of different auction items that I think will stir the interest of the folks in the crowd, and hopefully we can really raise some money for the collective.
And I know one of the big things has always been at every auction that McNeese puts on, the hunting and fishing package. I mean, a lot of people don't realize it. You get celebrities, you get movie stars, big time professional athletes. Charles Barkley comes here all the time to go hunting and fishing. So those packages are really first class type packages, and they bring in a lot for the program.
Yeah, we've got something at Gros Savant, which isn't far from here. We've got something at Oak Grove Hunting Lodge. We've got something in Bayou Delarge. We've got something on Big Lake. So we've also got a golf cart. I mean, there's just a lot of different things. So we've got anything, if you're into the outdoors, which most are here in Southwest Louisiana and in Louisiana, we've got a lot of packages for that, and then we've got a lot of packages just for the avid, sportsmen. We've got some signed jerseys from the Saints, like I said, from LSU women's basketball, from the Pelicans, from the Rockets. We got golfing, so we've got a little bit of everything, and hopefully something will catch everybody's eye.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have more Coach Will Wade and Thursday night's tip-off celebration right here on Polk Nation.
Serving the community.
Always interesting to have Will Wade on. He lightens
Oh,
things
he's great.
up.
He's tremendous. You
And-
just let him go. Ask him one question. Let him go.
And dinner with Will Wade. You can buy dinner with Will Wade once again.
Yeah.
See if Schroeder goes on the back end
And
of that.
whoever
one more
buys
time.
the hunting and fishing trip, bring him along too.
That's what they did last time, I think.
Yeah.
I think they just brought
You
extra
know,
money.
Golfing, they say he's one heck of a golfer. He plays twice a year, and he's a scratch golfer. So I would definitely put him on your team for a tournament.
I can't play that guy. I had some interesting news last week. It came out a little bit. It trickled out. There'll be more information coming out. But you're going to play LSU
Yes.
this year in baseball.
Defending
national champs.
Yep.
In a 16-inning Sunday, November 5th, right?
November 5th, yes. We are going to host the defending national champs at the Joe. It's going to be exciting. We don't have a start time yet. They say 16 innings. It could turn into 18, could turn into 21.
Yeah.
It's going to be straight through. It's going to be a scrimmage. So there's not going to be, there might be situational stuff throughout the game.
You'll see a lot of kids play.
Absolutely. Sixth inning, they may say, well, we're going to put somebody on second base and do situations like that. But yeah, it's going to be exciting to have it here. It is going to be open to the public. Tickets are going to be $5. It's all general admission seating. Kids 12 and under will get in free, but they'll have to have a ticket to get in.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be exciting. We know we've had LSU here during the regular season several times. Once every 3 or 4 years. But to have the defending national champs here with a lot of their team returning,
Yeah.
it's going to be
And some
exciting.
local kids. Get
And
the
local
get your
kids,
kid
absolutely.
from
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And again, Sunday, November the 5th. We don't have a start time yet, but once we get all that, we'll have that information out.
So you're going to play the defending national baseball champs, and you'll play them obviously in the spring,
Right.
and you're playing the defending national women's basketball champs next year.
Yeah, how about that?
That's pretty good. Bring them into town.
Wouldn't that be something?
Well, hey, you got the facility for it now.
Yeah, you're right. actually, LSU women's basketball came here one year to play in Burton Coliseum, so it's not out of the question.
And Kim Mulkey has said she wants to help promote basketball in the state. She's going to Hammond this
She's going to
year.
Hammond this year. You're
So
right.
there's a
Yeah.
possibility that they could come in.
And she's going to be around a while for that contract. She
It
just
does
signed.
appear that she's going to be. I mean, she made some dollars, that's for sure.
Absolutely, but it's exciting. You know, I'm happy for the baseball program to be able to do that, and I'm excited that LSU is doing that as well. That they're going to play at ULL as well.
But you guys have also been really good at bringing in big teams into this area, especially baseball, softball.
Yeah, especially early in the year because teams from the north they are looking to travel to play so they can play. Because up north, as you know,
Yeah, it's a little tough.
Not able to get outside for until you're deep into the spring.
Till graduation day almost. Almost graduation day. Let's not kid ourselves.
So yeah, it's great to be able to get some of those teams in here. We saw it a lot throughout the years when we had the Lake Erie Classic, bringing in
Yeah.
Ohio State. Michigan State's been here before. We've had Oklahoma. So it's happened a lot, and I think you're going to see that happen even more.
Well, you might see Oklahoma come back now with Todd Butler
Todd
there.
Butler, yeah, we got to get him here. Absolutely.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
we miss Todd Butler. Do we? Maybe not. I don't know. He is a fun guy to be around, though. But it does open up some opportunities for you because you have a nice facility for
Absolutely.
baseball.
Absolutely.
It's getting better. Softball's got a good facility. People seem to like to come to play here.
Yeah, we had softball last year had Washington.
Yeah.
And who would have thought we'd have played them in the region?
You ended up playing Washington 4 times last
Yeah,
year.
absolutely.
Who would have thought that?
Yeah.
All right, real quick though, 3 road games in a row football,
Yeah.
tough,
It is tough.
especially at this level.
Yeah, it is, because it's just tough all around, from preparing for the team to prepare for another road game, to the traveling staff,
Yeah.
to who we're going to bring, make sure everything. But it is tough, and I guess the toughest part is to win on the road. It's always
Yeah.
hard to win on the road, but,
Nichols is here in 2 weeks to
Absolutely.
open up
September
League Cup.
30th.
Actually, a week from now. almost.
September 30th, so it's going to be a big one.
All right, don't forget to watch Sound Off 60 as well, and join us next week on Polk Nation. We'll see you next time.